15 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Yeah, throw your heads back and laugh. I'm used to it. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to No Warning, because you got no warning when I was going to be on. You have no idea. And we were a couple minutes late this morning, although we're not supposed to be on the schedule, but we are. Anyway, hope you all had a great weekend. And I'm Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, author, award-winning author, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. And we've got people coming in right now. Hope you're all ready for some fun here, at least for the next 45 minutes. And then let's see, we got to get the people that are behind us. Got to say we are grateful to Rising Tide Publications for helping sponsor this show. Also, patreon.com. Patreon does not support us, but the people who subscribe to Patreon do. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And we've got a great bunch of people that are supporting the Rising Tide and all that we do. And we've got some great projects coming up that I think you're going to be excited by. We'll have more on in the next few weeks. But anyway, if you want to support the Rising Tide directly with a monthly financial subscription, and it's a very modest one, you get 2 blogs and sometimes some other stuff as well for your support of what we do here. And so if you want to check it out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Right there, all one word, all lowercase, and you'll find me. And there's also some great people on there like Molly Daniels, Amy Hale, Eric Hawkins, some wonderful people also producing some great content that you'll want to get in on. And you're probably asking, Brian, why are you wearing a lighter color shirt? You'll know in just a minute. And let's see. Also, we want to say thank you to Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics on Look If Your Book Matters to You, because it definitely matters to your readers. When you put together a fantastic book, you want a great cover that'll help you sell it, and you also want some graphics and maybe even a book trailer to help you sell it on social media. Well, that's where Jeffrey can come in with his indie creator friendly pricing and great top quality award-winning work. This man won an award for, do I have this here? Yes, I do. He won an award for putting together this cover, Major Marjorie, which is available on Amazon. You all ought to buy it because I'm in it. Along with Clyde Hall and Charles F. Millhouse and Alessia Kent and Jim Beard and creator Tim Bruckner. So anyway, check that book out on Amazon. Check all of our work on Amazon. Also, Smashwords, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, every place that sells books, and they are awesome. So anyway, that's what we got there. And we got something. We got I suck at package openings because I can't wait to open them. We've got something coming up. We're going to get through your comments first.
How dare you?
Come on, granted, the customers are important here, so give unto me the break. Anyway, Skunk Rocker is first in the house. It begins. Yes, sir, it does. Good morning to you, my friend, and good morning to you, my darling Michaela J. Mwah. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. Hope you all had a great Mother's Day. All you mothers out there, and you know who you are. Anyway, Michaela, it's a pleasure to talk to you. As always, darling, check out Michaela J's author page. She is fantastic. She's at authormichaelaj.com, and we love her. And hey, Skunk, have you been? And man, okay. And Carl Witzman, good morning, Skunk Rocker and Michaela. And good morning, Brian. Good morning to you, Carl. Hope you're doing well. Check out this Carl Witzman fella out on Lulu.com, the Mad Gasser cheerleader. It is awesome. Also, check out Donna Carlene because she's amazing too. Speaking of amazing, good morning, all listening while I work. Amy Hale, author AmyHale.com. Check it out. Also, Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook. And also, she is going to be joining me this Sunday. This Sunday is pretty exciting. Let me get something going here. Yeah, Michaela's Mercenaries. That's what I was trying to remember the other day. But yeah, I want to talk about what Amy and I are going to be together this weekend. And she's like, "Don't you tell anyone." We're going to be joining the Greyhawk Gamers Guild. Their 8th anniversary celebration this coming Sunday from 10 to 10 p.m. Now, Amy and I may not be there the whole time, but we are going to be there at 10 o'clock. And we are going to be joined by an incredible cast of local creators and the one, the only, our good friend, Bishop Stevens, former WCW and WWF wrestler. Then he went into acting, and he is making some headway too. And he's also one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Please come see Bishop. He is fantastic. Also, we've got local artists Joey Dodd, David Clark, Wade Moore, Brad Moore, I believe, is going to be there. Also, Jim Gillespie, and there's also going to, and also Wade Moore is the guy that built the 10-foot 6-inch Doomsday statue in the Metropolis Superman Museum. It's a great place. Also, I will be there, and Amy and I will have our books there. You will want to join us because we are going to have fun, and we don't care who gets hurt in the process. But no, we're going to be at Primo's Pizza at 604 East Park Street in Carbondale, Illinois, from 10 to 10, and they got great food there. I will vouch for it, and they're not sponsoring this show. I should talk to them about that. But anyway, please come see us. It's going to be a great time. We look forward to seeing you all, okay? Everyone's saying hello, and hello with the Eric Hawkins. Eric, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. And nope, none of my kids even said Happy Mother's Day until prompted by their dad. Well, damn. Oh, God. And Lexi had a birthday on Saturday. Good Lord. That reminds me why I don't have children, I guess. But one for lack of trying. But anyway, so I'm sorry, huh? I really am. Oh gosh, that's terrible. But anyway, we've got an unveiling coming up in a few minutes here. So as soon as we get through your comments, Facebook user, good morning, Brian, everyone. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well this morning. And if you find any books on Lulu that you like, even if they are not Carl Whitman's or Donna Carlene's, use code COURSEBOOK15 to save yourself 15%. That's a public service announcement by Mr. Carl Witzman. Thank you, Carl. And yikes, Michaela, sorry to hear that. And yeah, sorry, I'll be ordering some very soon. I need to get some too. And the code lasts until the 19th, Michaela. And yeah, it works on one tone, it works too. And good morning, Nicholas Anthony Tockard. How are you, my friend? Check out Nick Tockard and the Historical Fencing Guild Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Good morning. I'm setting up the show due to tech issues this weekend and a Mother's Day visit. Oh, cool. Well, that's great. That is great. Well, Nick, check out Nick Tockard Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. on his channel, on Nicholas Tockard channel on YouTube. Also, the Historical Fencing Guild, and you can watch the great and greatly improved, never mind the furthermore, a great interactive show. How good is it? I still have the highly sophisticated, I found this the other day, the highly sophisticated graphic we used to use. Dear Lord. This show is this is such hack work. But anyways, yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my very, very good friend Grant Lankard. Grant Lankard. Last week, for those of you who came in late, that's for all you Phantom fans out there. I made a mention of a rather elegant piece of neckwear for men that has kind of fallen out of fashion, unfortunately, called the ascot. And it's kind of like a wide necktie that you don't tie quite like a tie. But I made the comment that I thought they were really keen. I'd love to have one. Well, you know what? Grant Lankard, God bless that boy. He actually sent me a couple. And this is hard not to love. This is hard not to love. It came in very, very cool packaging. And here we go. Here we go. I got two of them here. One is a very attractive navy with kind of platinum dot work on there, kind of like a dot matrix sort of thing. Isn't that attractive? Isn't that gorgeous? And the other one is, this is swank. Look at that design. Huh? Isn't that fancy? So anyway, and Nick Tockard says, I do need to send my mailing address. Drop me a DM. I will be glad to do that, Nick. I'd be happy to do that. So anyway, we're going to model one. We're saying, okay, that's stitching there. Okay, I wonder what that was. So anyway, if I remember correctly how to do this, I have not practiced. I did a show about 12 years ago or so, Jekyll and Hyde, where I had to wear an ascot. And I'm sure this is not it, but look. Now, actually, we'll unbutton this. Grant Lankard, yes, and good morning, brother. How you doing, Grant? Thank you. I was just expressing my incredible gratitude to you for. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Does this make, I need to spread this out a little. And the problem with trying to dress yourself or look at yourself in a monitor, everything is backwards. So, I know I'm not showing it off to its, ultimate coolness, but you get the idea, right? Isn't that neat? Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, yes, Nick Tucker. Isn't this gorgeous? They both are. And so anyway, let's see. Radio Retro Future. Welcome to the newly improved, far better dressed. No warning. Check out Radio Retro Future on YouTube. There's a lot of great steampunk content there. And yes, and hello. And I showed up here showing off my gifts. And thank you so much, Grant. I sincerely appreciate these. These are lovely. I'm so excited. Cookie hasn't even seen me in this yet. So, and Dawn Dudas, good morning to you, darling. Hope you're doing well. And yeah. And everyone's saying hello to each other and ignoring me. And Nick Tucker, that is. And Grant is asking Dawn how she's doing. And hey, Michaela, hey. And you look so down. I know. It's between the Fez and the sender that. Between the Fez and, we're ready for prime time now, aren't we? Let's try the other one. I'm sure I'm doing it incorrectly. I'm sure I'm not doing it. I'm not doing your gift justice. I will say that. I'm sure of that, but let's do this. I know it goes. Let's try. Okay. Because I think it's kind of like a necktie in that it goes up and over and then tighten it just a little. Well, that turned out a little nicer. Yeah. All an immense amount of practice I've gotten here. Look at this. Man, who says you can't put lipstick on a pig? I'm telling you, this is right. There's probably, everybody right now is saying, Grant, where can we get one of these, right? Anyway. Oh man, I feel cool in this. Seriously, this could replace the bow tie. I'm not joking. And Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., my brother. How are you, my friend? How are you and the missus doing? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everyone. Hope the moms had a great day. Please wish my mom, Marjorie Reed, a happy birthday. Today is her birthday, May 15th. Well, happiest birthday in the world to her, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. And tomorrow is Tijuana's birthday. Oh my goodness, how cool. That's pretty convenient. Marrying someone who was that one of the choices, aside from the fact she's lovely and a terrific lady? Did you think, well, if I remember I can remember my wife's birthday the next day, because I've got to help with mine, Tony. Is that my wife is born on the 12th day of Christmas, January 6th, the final day of Epiphany. In fact, that's how she got her name, Cookie. I've told this story many times, but her nurses called her their little Christmas cookie, and the name stuck. So she actually was Cookie before she was Carol. So Anyway, glad to see you here, my friend. It's always a pleasure. Please check out this man. He's got some great books on Amazon. You want them. You got some superhero goodness. And hanging in there, Grant, thanks for asking. And Carl says, I need to dig out my ascots. I usually save them for winter with a smoking jacket. Nick Tucker says, someone get this man a smoking jacket. I don't want a jacket that's on fire. Dude. Filled the place with smoke. Good Lord. Anyway. And it might hurt anyway, but I feel like I should have a smoking jacket right now. This Grant, thank you so much, my man. Thank you. Payment for services rendered, right? And finally ordered the first paperbacks for Bound for the Six. Excellent. All right, and clever title pending after dark. Skunk, I should wear this for clever title, and I'm aware I owe by a couple episodes here. I have not forgotten. And everyone's saying hello, and you're doing it the same way that I tie them. Well, Carl, at least there's two of us doing this. I hope I'm doing it correctly. It looks pretty good. I need some more practice, though. And good morning, Carl, Grant, Dawn, Michaela, Bonsor, and especially Skunk, who I haven't seen much, and I'm glad to see out and about. Adrian Gambit, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Look forward to seeing you in July. And I literally typed ascot into the Amazon search bar. I'm glad you went to all that trouble for me, Grant. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate this, man. This makes me so happy. And not seeing me is probably a good thing. Oh, I dispute that. You're a pretty man. And I mean, is anybody happy to see a skunk? If you can see it, you can smell it. That's probably a good philosophy for life. But anyway, tonight's guest is Ted Davies. Excellent. Oh, on your show, Grant, plug and promote, my dude. And yes, you are our favorite floof. I agree with Michaela. You are skunk. You are adorable. And looking forward to your show tonight, Grant. What time is that again? Hashtag always be promoting. And sorry, Nick, I didn't see you come in. Grant, hashtag always promote. What is? How do we get to your show, please? And good morning, the delightful Teresa Dunn. Mwah. Good morning, Brian. I'm feeling groovy. Well, as long as groovy is consenting, why not? Mark the date, you all, September 30th, 2023, book fair in Keokuk, Iowa. See Teresa Dunn there. And Brian K. Morris, he might wear his ascot. Who knows? Plus Jen Thompson and a couple other names. I don't know that I'm in a position to actually say who they are. But yeah, Teresa is she's spearheading, God bless her, a book fair in Keokuk, Iowa, at the local public library. I haven't seen it yet, but it will be done through the auspices of the Indie Book IABE, Indie Author Book Expo. I have to go through the initials, but it was Teresa's idea. Teresa's done all the heavy lifting so far, and she and Jen Thompson are working on this. It's going to be a great affair. Not all the details have been hammered out yet, but I will be there. It's going to be a fun time, and we're going to have fun. And Grant Langford says, sorry, I think my link got lost. It might have. Don't put a smiley after it. I found that, like, when I'd make comments on other shows through like on YouTube, if I put it like an emoji at the end of it, it wiped out the message, but kept the emoji. I have no idea what that's about. And you were dazzled by Brian's ascot. Indeed, as well you should be. And gotta come prepared, Grant. And there we go. Carl's prepared for Grant. There we go. And Carl says, hey, Teresa. Yeah, so everybody, please contact either Jen Thompson or Teresa Dunn for information on how to get in on that book fair. I think the tables are like $5. I think I don't remember. I signed up real fast, and it was so long ago. But anyway, that's all the information I've got for everyone.
How dare you!
And remember, folks, this is not the green room. There's many things, but this is what it is most of the time. I need some more graphics in here. I need to put up my Patreon supporters in here too. But actually right now, I'm doing on the broadcast computer. I haven't transferred the files over from my main laptop, because my laptop is in the shop right now. In fact, had a bit of a kerfluffle last week. It was Wednesday I took it in, and my keyboard had been having trouble with a few of the keys, and I thought either it would be I need a new keyboard or just needed a good cleaning, which you'll never get from me, unfortunately. But I went down to the south side of town where my former computer place was. I say former because it had been replaced by a painting concern. So I got on my phone and started checking out some places. It turns out there's a place about a 2-minute drive from my palatial compound here. I went down there, and first thing I had to do is I had to get on their computer and type in my work order and describe what was going on, and I did. And the guy said hello to me, said, please put in your work order. I said, okay, fine. And that's the last I heard from him for the next 40 minutes. And I sat in the lobby. They didn't acknowledge me. They didn't do diddly squat to say, could you, thank you for waiting. Hey, we got beverages, et cetera, whatever. And after 40 minutes, I got disgusted and I walked out. Went to another place, or actually I tried to call another place and they were out. So I started driving home, and I got this phone call from the original place. And I'm not giving the name yet because I will get my laptop this week and we'll see how well they did. Then I will give my review. But anyway, the guy was very apologetic. And he'd gotten fixated on repairing something and trying to get that customer out of the building, but without acknowledging anyone else that was in there, except one person who came in to pay, of course, for their job. Well, he asked me, so, well, what would it take to get you back in here? I said, that's not something I should come up with. What are you prepared to do to get me back? And they made me an offer, and I said, okay, fine, I'll be back. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Because I was close enough to my house, I could see my backyard. That's how close I was. If I had pulled up in there, I probably wouldn't have taken the call. But I went back. They slathered my backside with saliva, and I let them play with my laptop, and they've been very professional, very good ever since. And we'll see what happens. I should get my unit back either tomorrow or before Thursday, depending, because I'm also having them change the battery. I went to a place called U-Break iFix, which is, I think, kind of a regional chain of cell phone and computer repairs. And they did a great job on one computer. So I took in they replaced the battery in it. So I took in another one. So can you do something about my keyboard? I'm hell on keyboards. I'm being the hell out is what it is. And they said, yeah, we'd be glad to. Well, 6 weeks later, I finally got my computer back. And I let them know I was not at all happy, especially since I'd call like 3 times a week and all I got were excuses. And they didn't charge me for the repair, which is fine because I'm not really happy with the repair they did. So I found out like about a month ago, I drove by there and they're out of business. I wonder why. And also the battery they put in, both batteries that they've replaced in each of the units are starting to go bad after 2 years. And one of them, one of the machines is in my bedroom right now. I hardly ever use it. Right now I'm on the broadcast computer, graciously donated by the Witzman Foundation. But anyway, and I gotta get with Carl. I gotta get with you sometime and figure out what kind of memory I need to add to this. I want to boost my unit here, so to speak. So anyway, we have stalled long enough, and we've got more comments. Thank goodness. And Teresa acknowledges, Carl, this is a beautiful place. And there we go. There is the link for the Nevermind the Furthermore show this morning. Nevermind Reva the Elephant Centaur. These things happen when I am doing art unsupervised. Yeah, a lot of crap happens when I'm unsupervised. And tables are $5. Says Teresa Dunn. Jen, go to the Indie Author Book Expo page, IABE page on Facebook, and there should be a place where you can sign up for your table. Okay, and Sticky Keys, yeah, Eric, just what you're thinking. So since this is a public place that has a lot of members of fandom, I figure this would be a fun location to drop some knowledge. Oh, Skunk, I love when you fill our head with warm, soapy knowledge. I really do. It's like an illegal massage parlor for our brains, and I like that. And the other day I learned Richard, I'm going to mispronounce this because I'm not totally familiar. I've never seen an episode of Supernatural. It's weird. Anyway, Richard Speight, who played Archangel Gabriel in Supernatural, appeared in 2 episodes of Freddy's Nightmares back in the 80s. Ooh, I loved that show. And no, Freddy didn't kill him, so not even a dream demon can defeat our favorite trickster, Angel. So there you go. Weird piece of trivia for the week. Do with it what you will. Hey, that's cool, though. That is very cool. I love things like that, Skunk. I have a friend named Scott Cranford who was and is a stand-in actor in Hollywood. Of course, nobody's doing much in Hollywood right now due to the Writers Guild of America strike. But anyway, I was watching an old episode of Sliders, and he was Quinn Mallory was like on a treadmill or something, and the guy in the background with one of the Cro-Mags or whatever picked up under his arm and walked out of the scene with. Scott was the guy under the scene. He also played a prison guard, I believe it was, in Batman and Robin. The best Batman movie ever, next to the Adam West one. But yeah, it was kind of fun seeing him. And I emailed him. I said, "Dude, I just saw you in Sliders." And he goes, "Oh, I forgot I did that. I need to put that on my IMDb page." I said, "Yes, you did." Anyway, that's very interesting, Skunk. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, thank you, Skunk. That is great stuff. Thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you, Teresa. Boosting your unit. Okay, that's what we're calling it now. At my age, that's what we have to do. Anyway, it's only interesting if you're a Supernatural fan. Otherwise, it's stupid. No. I find things like that interesting. That like where other people have appeared. In fact, I'll give you one. Mark Sheppard of Supernatural. His very first credited TV appearance was on Sliders. And his father is W. Morgan Sheppard, who played Blank Reg on Max Headroom back in the 80s. That was a great character. And it was funny because in Doctor Who, in one of the Matt Smith seasons, where he starts out by getting killed, the agent that Morgan Sheppard was played as an older man by W. Morgan Sheppard, his father. So that was kind of cool there. And Teresa Dunn is a Supernatural fan. I have not, like I said, I have not seen a single episode of that. And to support the writer's strike, I will replace the letter A with O, all doi to doi. Oh, that's genius. I love it. Yeah, there is a great short Doctor Who story in one of the anthologies written by Lance Parkin, who's one of my favorite Doctor Who writers. And it was the Doctor goes off in search of somebody who stole the letter E. So the whole thing from that certain point is written without the letter E until the Doctor captures it and regains the letter E, and then he puts it back into use again. It's a clever little story. And well, there you go, Teresa, says Skunk Rocker, and he used to seek out 2 episodes of an obscure, sleazy television show. It was canceled after 2 seasons, starring Robert Englund, not called V. That's true. Robert Englund was my first exposure to Robert Englund, and that was a great series. I love the original V. Didn't see too much of the remake though, but yeah, I thought Fred. I think of all the movie monsters of the 80s and 70s and 80s, I think Freddy Krueger is my favorite. He's the scariest because he can get into your dreams. He's scarier than Jason or Pinhead or any of those to me. And but Robert Englund is just so good. He is just so good. And he's done other stuff other than Freddy, and he's good in that. And what's Sliders, asked Michaela Jade. Sliders is a TV show that started out on the Fox network for, I believe it was 3 seasons, and then was moved to the Sci-Fi network for its last 2. Jerry O'Connell, who was in like Jerry Maguire and The Big Bang Theory, played Sheldon's brother. And he's married to the lady who played the original, Mystique in the first cycle of X-Men films. Anyway, he's a fine actor. The premise was that Quinn Mallory had discovered a device that allowed him to travel back and forth between alternate worlds. Well, due to an accident, he and 3 companions, one of whom was John Rhys Davies from Raiders of the Lost Ark and Lord of the Rings, these 4 were teleported into other dimensions, and they had a window through which they had to leap. Otherwise, they couldn't go through. They couldn't leave that dimension for a certain number of days. And the cast changed over the years to the point where only one, at the end of 5 years, only one of the original characters remained. And it was really a very well-written show. It was created by somebody who had done some writing for Star Trek The Next Generation. Tracy Torme, yes, related to Mel Torme. Is this trivia morning or what? And like I said, every week it was a different parallel world they were in. Like, what if radio never replaced? What if radio outdid TV in terms of popularity? What if newspapers didn't exist? What if Martians actually landed, sort of thing? It was quite a fun series. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And Sliders is a really great show. Yeah, and like I said, there's only 5 seasons of it, and you can get it on Amazon at a very reasonable price. Now I'm trying to think. Jerry O'Connell's mom was played by one of the sisters that was on Petticoat Junction. And here's a bit of trivia. They actually made it back home but they didn't know it. There was one episode where they finally wound up at Quinn Mallory's house, the four did, and he starts to, he says, "Oh, finally we're home. Let's go in and see my mom and everything." And he opens the gate and he goes the front fence, and he's like, "Oh, spoilers." He goes, "Oh, this isn't it." And they're like, "What?" He goes, "My gate here had a squeak here, and this doesn't. We're gonna have to slide again." So they did. And just then, as they did, his mom comes out of the house and makes a comment to someone, "I'm so glad we got this squeaky fence fixed recently." And it's like, oh my God. It was really a good show. And, the last couple seasons, you could tell the budget got cut drastically, like a lot of shows. But it holds up. Watching it all this time, it really, I'm surprised how well it held up after, about 20 years of not seeing it. And Michaela, you're killing me here. Oh God, yeah, I know. I'll let Brian explain, but yeah, you should seek it out. Michaela, it really is a good, if you're into science fiction at all, if you like alternate worlds, it isn't like time travel or anything, but it is like a parallel dimension, for want of a nail sort of thing. Very, very good show. And in the latest videos, I use the Max Headroom background for my character, and he is referenced in The Wrench in the Machine. I love Max Headroom. That was one of the best science fiction shows of the 80s. And God, there was just so much to love about that program. And I'm sorry, I wasn't allowed to watch much TV in the 80s and 90s. And big hug for Michaela. I owe you a hug too, just for my own sake. Anyway, Sliders was also a big inspiration for my series. I heard they wanted to bring it back. Yeah, every now and then I hear every now and then that somebody would like to bring back Sliders. And and I hear sometimes Jerry O'Connell wouldn't mind being part of that, but you never know if that's just, fan rumor, fan wank, or if somebody at some network or in a production company is putting that out there to see what kind of response they get. And that would judge whether they move forward with trying to actually get that show on the air. And funny Bunsart, yeah. And fun fact about Sliders, yes, that's right. Robert Englund was in an episode, and Fox advertised it as Nightmare on Elm Street's Freddy Krueger stars in the next episode of Sliders, which was awesome. So there we go. The whole entire thing is wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. We've connected all the Universalists together, and they now live in harmony. You thought they were all united by the St. Elsewhere kid? No, turns out it's Freddy Krueger. Now there is an idea for a show. My God, I love that. And Nick Tucker says, anytime I hear a Mel Torme reference, I think of Judge Harry Anderson from Night Court. Bump, bump, bump. Yes. Oh my God, that's right. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, etc. And let's see, Radio Retro Future. Speaking of old shows, just watch Shaka Zulu from 1986. Amazing series. Oh man, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard that name in ages. And Sliders, Jerry O'Connell's second big TV hit. People forget that his first was called My Secret Identity. That's right, where he was accidentally given superpowers. So thank you from the desk of a small press publisher, Joe D. McPhee. Check this man out every Thursday night, as he's now the current host of Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and also don't forget him on Saturday night at 10 p.m. with some great commentary on independent comics from the desk of a small press publisher. Hope you're doing well, Joe. Good morning to you. Also, here's another bit of trivia. Jerry O'Connell was in an unsold pilot for the Munsters. Except in this one, he was Herman Munster, but he looked human. And Eddie Izzard played Grandpa. And he's married to Rebecca Romijn. That was who I was trying to think of earlier. But anyway, trying to think who else was in there. There were several other people that were fairly popular. But there's a great opening shot. You probably can find the pilot on YouTube someplace, but you see this silhouette and it's kind of flat, comes down, and there's like bolts coming out of the neck. And you see shoulders and everything. And then he moves out of it. The light falls on him, and he's been standing in front of a light, like a a lawn light fixture, the little poles on the side and the flat top of the light. It was funny. It was a great shot. Max Headroom reference. Apparently, Shane Medage and Ryan Bergara are going to try to track down the hacker who broke onto Chicago TV in the 80s in a Max Headroom mask. Really? Good luck to them. I mean, you talk about a trail that it might have gone not just cold but frosty. And I hear Jerry's name and go to Stand By Me. Yeah, there we go, Dawn. Thank you very much. That's true. I forgot about that one. Along with Will Wheaton from Star Trek Next Generation. And Hey Joe D from Carl Wisman and Sweet Nick. Love those guys. I've heard of them. I'm not terribly familiar with them, but yeah, that's. And for those of you who don't know what the reference is, way back in the day, back in the 80s, I think, WGN TV Chicago was broadcasting, and then all of a sudden, somebody broke in to their signal, and people were watching somebody in a Max Headroom mask. You can't make out what he's saying. And at one point he spanks himself. Then, like about a half hour later, they did it to the local PBS station as well. It was only for a few minutes. No one to this day knows who it is. No one has claimed credit for it that is credible. I think some people have said, yeah, we're the ones that did it, but their stories don't check out. So anyway, there we go. Let's see. And here we go. Oh, Brian, thank you, Carl Wisman. They are the guys who did puppet theater with the Emu War skit. Okay, I remember that. Okay, I'm on it now. Thank you. And they escaped BuzzFeed and started their own network. They did BuzzFeed Unsolved and BuzzFeed Supernatural. Oh, okay. Thank you, Carl, and thank you, Nick. I know who they are now. That's okay. I do know them. That's great. That's great. Yeah, was it BuzzFeed? I think it was. Just dropped their news division. Holy cats, that's sad. There's a lot of so-called, you think they were bulletproof YouTube stations that are not doing as well as they should. And Critical Blast, you're live. I got no warning. That's the point. That's why we call it no warning. Because occasionally, Critical Blast, I will show up at odd times and just say hello to people. And anyway, check out Critical Blast. That is a great comics network, and they do some superb content on there. If you're into independent comics, you will dig Critical Blast. Love it. Thank you for being here. I'm tickled pink. And they're going, no, you're an idiot. You're Brian. Anyway, then Shane and Ryan started up Watcher on YouTube. Okay. I love quality YouTube creators like this very show. You mean like never mind the furthermore. Hold on. Like never mind the furthermore. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. They give you warning. I don't. Anyway. And Scott Cracker says, I can relate any topic of conversation back to Freddy Krueger. For example, puppets. Freddy Krueger was on an episode of Jim Henson's DC Follies. Excellent. And good morning, RJ. And thank you, Don Dudas. And folks, like, share and subscribe to this network. Thank you. Yes, please. If you've enjoyed any part of this program whatsoever, even if for the fleeting moment you've had a moment of pleasure, please give this a thumbs up or a like or a love, however you want to do it. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. We are doing some funky stuff. Right now, I'm in the middle of writing a novel for another publisher. It's very important to me. So that's taking up most of my time. But once that's through, holy cow, we're going to get stuff done. Oh, we are visited by royalty now. Mr. Charles F. Millhouse, the award-winning Charles F. Millhouse, who I will be with at, I got to get this down. I got to start promoting that too. A show in June. I'll get into it. Okay. Pulp Fiction Convention at the Doubletree by Hilton Cleveland, Westlake, Ohio, 1100 Crocker Road. We're going to be there from 10 to 4. I will be there along with Charles F. Millhouse of StormgatePress.com. Also, probably Jim Beard and John C. Bruning of Flinch Books, and all kinds of really, really, really cool people. Come check it out. If you miss Windy City Pulp and Paper, please come see us at this show in Westlake, Ohio. It's going to be grand. It's got they're going to have old pulps, new work, also comic books, ephemera, whatever it's called, and all kinds of good stuff. And we know this person, Omniversal Inc. Hi! Mwah! So good to see you, Damien. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Hope you and your lady are doing well. And good morning, Nick saying hello. And thanks for the phone, folks. I need to get Aunt Donna more coffee before. Never mind. Furthermore, see you later. Mwah! Carl, give her a hug for me if you would, please. And yeah, I don't get to work on creative projects anymore. Too busy working to pay bills. Oh man. Oh, and hey, Ick. Well, Nick. Nick, sorry. Okay, I thought maybe he's greeting me. Ick, it's Brian. Anyway, glad to have you here, Damien. And from the SO Small Press Publisher Morning, all getting started here at the 9 to 5. Oh, well, I'm with you, my friend. I've got my cup of ambition. Oh, okay. And it's been a crappy morning. Oh, Damien, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope we can do better for you, though. And yes, I guess Brian's going to start winding down soon so Nick can take over. I'm just the warm-up back for Nick Tockard anyway. I got to get back to driving anyway. Hey, Skunk, thank you for being here, man. It means a lot to me to see you here. It really does. I say that in all sincerity. Bye, everyone. Remember, Uncle Freddie says sweet dreams. Oh, I love it. I love it. Or if you're a Sammy Terry fan out of Indianapolis, pleasant nightmares. Love it. Anyway, Skunk, I love you, brother. Have a floofy day, my friend. And no worries, Omni. I am half deaf, so I respond to any sound, any long I sound. Oh, and a lament, Skunk, you will be missed. Definitely, most definitely. Charles F. Millhouse says, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of great pulps there. I'll spend most of my book sales there. Yeah, if I don't leave my money with you, I'm there is one dealer there who has like $5 pulps, and I usually go ransacking that. Like I need more to do and read, right? And I love you, Mad B. Fizz Genius. Never an unkind word. I love you too, Damien. I really do. And everyone who came in late, I want to thank again Grant Lankard for supplying me with this uber fancy ascot. So it's okay to envy me now, folks. I'm wearing an ascot. I'm fancy now. Yeah, that's it. I guess that's it. That's more like it. Spread that out there. I want to practice with this thing, so I actually do some justice. But yeah, the aforementioned Grant Lankard, very kind. After last week's episode where we did a thing on ascots, he got me this one, and he got me this one too. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that lovely? I mean, really, and it feels nice. I feel kind of fancy. I've got the plastic bags they came in. I want to keep those, keep this nice. So anyway, you may see me wearing ascots on the show from now on. Well, Damien, I hope your day gets better. I do too. I really do. And Hail Charles, or is that Hail Charles? I never know. And does the Jangella finger wave and BKM telling Fred Jones suck at ascot boy. That's right, my God. That's right. Get your backside back in the Scooby machine and get out of here. Anyway, that's right. Anyway, yes, and definitely come see us at the Pulp Fiction show in Westlake, Ohio, or the first Sunday in June. That is going to be a grand time. I always have a good time there, and like I said, I'm glad to be there. We're going to be representing Pulp goodness, and you'll get to see the 3 awards linked to Stormgate Press, because I know he's going to display them proudly. So it's going to be great. And BKM is going to steal Velma and Daphne. Yeah, it's been the source of many a lonely night in my life, is having that little fantasy there. But anyway, so we are closing on 44 minutes into the show, and we probably should let Nick Tockard have a little prep time for his great show. Never mind the Furthermore Wednesday, Fridays, and Mondays. That's this morning at 10 a.m. If you can't get on it live, please watch it. It's like leftovers. It's better the next day. Charles F. Millhouse says, I'm looking forward to seeing the awards and getting them out to the winners. It's quite an honor to pick those up, but it's quite the responsibility to hold on to them. I'm looking forward to getting them into their hands, and I know that I treasure mine. I mean, It's under a pile here. Never mind. I treat my printer here like most people treat their exercise machines. I pile crap on top of it. Anyway, Charles F. Millhouse says, have a great day, everyone. Be productive. You too, my friend. Good to see you. Love to you and Marianne. And have a great do. We'll message you soon. Looking forward to it, Bonsard. Bonsard, have a super, super day. Check this out. Check out this channel on YouTube. Lots of great content on there. You will be entertained, especially if you're into steampunk. This man is a master at it. And like I said, stormgatepress.com for Charles F. Millhouse and company. And we got a Western, I say we, he's got a Western book coming out. It's going to have some contributions from some of the Nevermorians, such as myself. I think Clyde Hall's involved. And I know Cindy Kep is involved. CKOEPB.com. Cindy, we love you. Your dragon looked great the other day. And so now it is 46 minutes into this. And so, folks, we are going to take our leave here. We want to say thank you to our... and we are working on a steampunk RPG soon as well. Excellent. Oh my goodness. Is this a project Nick is involved with? Oh man, that's going to be so cool. I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, let's sign off here, okay? So y'all can get to Nick Tockert's show. You will be greatly entertained, I promise. And thank you to everyone who's left me some likes and love on YouTube and on Facebook. It is greatly appreciated so very much. And let's see. Yes, thank you. And Clyde Hall, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you, Stephanie Downer Hayes and Donna Carlene. I love you, ladies. And thank you to everyone who's watching us. Majority of people are on YouTube right now. That's probably a great place to be. And great day, all. Love you, bunchies. I love you too, Dawn. And we'll touch base sometime soon. I promise. Maybe next week. So anyway, I'm Brian K. Morris, and you can keep up with me at risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my free monthly email insider info. The next issue will go out the first of next month. Got a couple weeks before we have to work on that. But anyway, it's always a good time. We put in all kinds of information on where we're going to be, what we're working on, as well as some videos that we think you'll enjoy and some inspirational quotes. And also, we're available at Amazon.com. Our work is available on Amazon.com, Smashwords, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, any place that sells books. Walmart.com even has our work. Order our books and they will get it to you. All right. And there we go. And Jody McPhee says, BK, I'll hold the back door open for you on Nick's show. Please do. Thank you. I may need it. Actually, I may need it on the way out. There's a great story. And as a wrestling fan, you'll like this. I read Jim Cornette's autobiography a few years ago, and he talks about when he had his tag team, they had to go into the hometown of one of the big scrubs that were on TBS wrestling at the time. They couldn't win a match to save their life, but these were the hometown favorites. So they were told, you guys have to take a fall for them. And they're like hell we are. So they wound up beating the hell out of the hometown favorites, pinning them. And the minute the third ring on the bell happened, all three members ran out of the ring. I mean, sprinted, and the other wrestlers were holding they ran up the aisle to see the other wrestlers holding the door for them as the crowd's rising to their feet and yelling. They're yelling for blood. And they even had a car waiting outside, a limo waiting outside, and they were being told, don't get in, just dive. And so all three basically just flew in like Superman, and the doors slammed. They're still piled on top of each other and peeling out of the parking lot. And they got situated and look back and see all these cars starting up in the parking lot, and the driver's like driving like hell to get away from them. I just think of that when I think of somebody holding the door for me. Anyway, check out Nick's show at 10 a.m. this morning. It is a it'll refresh you. It really will. And love everyone. See you later. Love you too, Damien. Mwah. You take care of yourself. Have a great day. And again, Grant, thank you so much, man. I really, really genuinely appreciate this. I appreciate you all. And like I said, if you've enjoyed any part of the show, please, please, please give us a positive reaction if you would. Wherever you're watching, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, if they'll let you, or on Facebook. And our apologies last week to our friends at Facebook who could not get their comments seen on the show. I figured out the problem and I fixed it. It was something that StreamYard and Facebook were doing. So we got it fixed. So, and Nick Tucker, check him out at following this show, because he is always awesome. Also, check him out Friday nights at 8 p.m. on the Historical Fencing Guild, where you can learn to murder your friends safely. And you have a great day too. Mwah! I'll get you that address as soon as I'm off the air here. And that's all I can think of right now. Like I said, I want to thank our Patreon supporters, patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we offer a twice weekly blog, one of which dropped this morning. We're moving the Monday to Tuesday. Just it'll work out better for me, and you'll still get the same amount of BKM goodness in my blogging. Also, we're also going to take care of our $5 and more subscribers very soon. We've had to put some things like new episodes of Volcano aside so I can get this novel written, because I'm under contract. And we got deadlines. So anyway, thank you, my Patreon people, for your patience. And if you want to find out why I'm apologizing, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and find out what the big deal is. Also, we want to thank our friends at Rising Tide Publications, and I do have friends there. I really do. Be aware that we are working on a Kickstarter but an Indiegogo campaign coming up soon for the 10th anniversary celebration book of Santastein. We'll have more details as the weeks unfold. And we also want to thank Jeffrey Hayes and Plasmafire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, we can't play their music because a company is copyright claiming anyone that uses it. So we'll tell you about Jeffrey Hayes. He's brilliant. He is so freaking brilliant. And he's an award-winning cover artist. Look at that thing. Look at the total package there. Jeffrey will do all this for you because he's awesome. And trust me when I say, if I can afford him, you can afford him. He's got very, very, very good indie creator friendly rates that you will love. Go to the Facebook page with all the great samples of Plasmafire Graphics on there, then bop on over to plasmafiregraphics.com and contact Jeffrey about his indie creator friendly pricing. You'll be glad you did. And that's plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we'll probably be back next Monday. It's been known to happen. And we may do pickup episodes during the week, so always keep an eye on your feeds here, because you never know when I will show up, and can you believe me, you will get no warning. Thank you for being here, everyone. Have an incredible Monday, May 15th, 2023. And as always, folks, you know what I'm going to tell you to do. Be smart, be safe, wash your hands. Be smart, be safe, wash your hands, whatever. Never apologize for being awesome, as I have my momentary lapse of it. Anyway, have a great, yeah, we know, yeah.
How dare you!
That's what we do, Greta. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Check out other stuff in our family of our friends that have their great shows here on YouTube and on Facebook. And as always, folks, thank you for being here. We'll see you next week, and believe me, you will get no warning. Have a great day and a great week, everyone.